Welcome to Chemistry 121. Our course will use WAMAP as our course page, where you'll find all the information about the course and any updates and announcements that you need on the forum. Most of the information is shown on the calendar, such as reading assignments and problem sets. You can easily look ahead to see what is due by clicking on the day. Just below the calendar, you'll see the list of items. For example, when I click on Tuesday, you can see the day turns pink. You can see below we have what we'll do in lab and the reading assignment for that day. The reading assignment should be done before the day it's listed. So for example, on Wednesday, you should finish these sections of the textbook before we meet in class. Listings on the calendar show work that should be done before the day they are displayed or what we'll do in class. When I click on Tuesday, you can see on the calendar lab orientation and the blue text, lab safety, is linked. You can click to pop into the lab block with that information. So that'll take you into this section right here. You can also access the lab block right below the calendar where it says laboratory. Anywhere we have these black arrows, you can open up to see more information. As you scroll down, you can see there's information about each lab meeting. Be sure to read this as it contains important information about preparing for lab, such as clarifications to the lab manual. I can click on the heading to open and close that section. Just below that, you can see exams and quizzes. Let's open it up and you can see information about each exam from the previous quarter. These sections will be updated in class to reflect the pace of our class. I like to collaborate with you in class on what will be covered each week so that we all have the same information in mind. You can look ahead to see the expected material, although some of the content may change as we go through the quarter. You can see there's a section for the research project, which we'll discuss later. And at the bottom, I like to include syllabus information so you can see it anytime without opening the file. Here we have our information when we're meeting. Notice it's Monday through Friday every day, including our lab days, along with my contact information, best office hours, the grade point scale, the weighting of the sections of our class, and an overall schedule. Most of the materials that you'll need during the quarter are located under Course Resources at the top. Oh, let me start with getting started. We have these three sections that you can click on. In Getting Started and Frequently Asked Questions, this information, such as I'm giving you in the video, and some other guidance is given primarily for students who add late. However, you may need to read this section to complete the syllabus quiz to make sure that you know all of the policies in the course. Most of what you'll need will be in the Course Resources section. During week 1, the syllabus and periodic tables will be at the top. I have links to our free online textbook and study guides for the first few chapters. These up here are links for purchasing a copy of the textbook. You can also use it online exclusively. I also provide the syllabus and the research assignment files, which I hand out on the first day. Usually on the first day, I have a few copies of the syllabus addendum that has campus services, student services, and other information and resources. The printable periodic table is the one I provide to you on exams and quizzes. And the fill-in periodic table is an exercise you can complete to become more familiar with information we'll be learning about the periodic table. So these are handy right at the beginning of the quarter. And as we get going, I will move those down to the bottom of the course resources block. The next section are the class worksheets. And these are for you to print and use in class. We'll be using these for problem solvings and we'll spend most of our time in class doing these problems. I do lecture at the beginning of the quarter and lecture slides can be found below the worksheets. I don't suggest you print them because they're long, unless you want to take notes on them. You can view them in full screen if you miss class and get extra information about any content you have questions about. I also have some extra practice worksheets for students who want practice beyond the course worksheets that we'll be using up here. Finally, I have multiple choice clicker questions. These are from a different textbook. They're very useful for reviewing before exams, and they have some tricky questions and some different content focus, so they're useful for honing and testing your attention to detail. At the bottom, I have the discussion forum description. Please read this on your own so you can get the most out of the course webpage. For full participation credit, 5 posts are recorded over the course of a quarter, are required over the course of a quarter. Students can ask and answer questions on the forum, and I post announcements and information on the forum, so always stay up to date on reading. You can access the forum in the sidebar. Let me close up this block again. So you can access forums on the sidebar or up at the top of the page, and then click discussion. Right now we just have one forum. Other specialized forums will be located in here. You can add a new thread if your question has not already been asked. So make sure you use that title to indicate what you're posting about. To get your first forum point, please reply to the introductions thread and post a little bit about yourself. Maybe your background, your goals, your best study times, and maybe something you like to do for fun. You can always click on the top of the title bar up here to get back to the main course page. ALEK's information will be our online homework. This will all be updated and new for you, but this is where you'll find information about that. Don't forget to check the gradebook periodically, and let me know if you have any questions. I look forward to getting to know you this quarter.